This week we've had 7 launches, 2 from the People's Republic of China, 1 from the Republic of Kazakhstan, and 4 from the USA. Before I start, I'd just like to quickly ask you that if you enjoy this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel.
Ignition. And lift off of Falcon 9. Go Starlink. Go SpaceX.
First launch of the week was on Tuesday from SpaceX, launching Starlink Group 17 to 16, a group of V2 mini Starlink satellites. Launching from Slick 4E at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, this was the 10th reuse of this booster, which stuck the landing 642 kilometers downrange on the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. The fairings were also recovered by the support vessel Go Beyond.
4、3、2、1，点火。
On Wednesday, we saw the launch of a Long March 8 rocket, which took off from Wenchang Satellite Launch Center on the South Chinese island of Henan. The rocket was carrying a relay satellite intended to aid China's future and upcoming lunar missions. The satellite is intended for a highly elliptical orbit around the moon that will enable it to support missions at the lunar south pole and on the moon's far side. Thursday saw another launch from the People's Republic of China, this time from Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in the Gobi Desert. The rocket was a Long March 2D and the payload was a new batch of meteorological satellites. Possibly military, but obviously no way to confirm or deny this. The Chinese state media described them only briefly as to be used mainly for atmospheric environment detection, space environment monitoring, disaster prevention and reduction, and scientific experiments. Before I continue, again, I just want to ask you that you support this channel by liking this video and subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Right, back to it. Thursday we had 2 more launches, both from the USA. The first of the day was from Rocket Lab at Wallops Island, Virginia, on an Electron rocket, providing launch services for the National Reconnaissance Office.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Beginning pitch level. Stage 1 propulsion nominal.
What was the payload? I have no idea. Where was it going? I can't give you an answer to that either. So let's move on to the second launch of the day, which was a SpaceX launch providing commercial resupply services to the International Space Station.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And liftoff at a Dragon return to Space Launch Complex 40.
Tons of science and cargo take flight on NASA's SpaceX 30.
On behalf of NASA, of course. The launch took place at Slick 40 Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida, and it was on a Falcon 9 Block 5 booster with a Cargo Dragon 2, which was the rocket configuration for the mission. Both the booster and Dragon being flight proven, with the booster 6 reuses and the Cargo Dragon for reuses.
Landing burn, really cool view of Cape Canaveral coast.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Wow, wonderful views of that.
On Saturday, thanks to the hard-working engineers and scientists at Roscosmos, we got to watch a Soyuz rocket ignite its engines and roar off the launch complex in Kazakhstan, commencing the journey of the Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft and its crew. All the milestones were achieved, featuring a beautiful Korolev cross as its side boosters separated, as well as performing the rest of the separation events and fairing and escape the tower, jetting a sing. Finally, the second core stage, releasing the piloted vessel with deployed solar panels, achieving fully successful launch. Currently, Soyuz MS-25 is in the midst of a 3-day journey, with its final destination being the orbital laboratory. The Soyuz MS-25 crew is comprised of a Russian cosmonaut, Novotsky, a Belarusian cosmonaut, Valievsky, and a Russian astronaut, Cadwell Dyson. Oleg Novotsky, born on October 12, 1971, is a former lieutenant colonel of the Russian Air Force and the Russian cosmonaut with Roscosmos. Novotsky has logged over 700 hours of flight time and received awards for bravery. He is skilled in piloting aircraft such as the L-39 and the Su-25. Additionally, he is a qualified paratrooper and a paratroop instructor and military diver. Mariana Valievsky is a flight attendant for Belavia Airlines in Belarus. On December 2002, she was selected as one of the 6 applicants out of thousands to participate in the Belarusian Women in Space project. Mariana will become the first woman from this country to orbit the Earth, taking part on a short duration mission to the ISS aboard the Soyuz MS-25 mission. She will spend approximately 12 days aboard the ISS before returning to Earth with Novotsky and NASA astronaut Laurel O'Hara on Soyuz MS-24 ship. Tracy Cadwell Dyson is a US chemist and NASA astronaut known for her contributions to space exploration, with a background in athletics and a passion for science. She has excelled in both academia and her astronaut career. Her expertise lie in atmospheric chemistry, where she conducted groundbreaking research on surface reactivity and kinetics of metal surfaces. As an astronaut, Cadwell Dyson has participated in multiple space missions, including being a mission specialist on a mission and serving on the ISS in 2 previous expeditions. She has 3 spacewalks under her belt and over 22 hours of extravehicular activity. Benefiting from her experience, the US astronaut will presently be a crew member of the ISS for 6 months. And rounding out the week full of launches was SpaceX with a launch from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The payload was another batch of V2 mini Starlink satellites, Group 642. The Falcon 9 booster used for this launch had previously flown 19 times and successfully landed on the drone ship. Just read the instructions, 630 kilometers downrange. I personally really like how the Falcon 9 looks when it's all covered in soot after multiple launches, and I personally think it would be cool if maybe they pressure washed some graffiti or intricate designs into the soot prior to each launch, or maybe just milestone launches such as the 20th reflight. Just an idea, but let me know what you think in the comments. That's it for this week's recap. If you've watched all the way through this, please consider subscribing, and while you're doing that, why not give it a thumbs up? I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm going to post next week's launches up on the screen. We've got at least 7 more to look forward to next week, and potentially 10. So fingers crossed for that. And finally, if you have been, thanks for watching.